Hello and welcome to another watercolor tutorial. Today we'll be painting a watercolor desert sunset, and I will be using these brushes by Polina and also a Aqua watercolor brush. And I am just getting started here with a bright yellow. So other supplies I'll be using will include these watercolor crayons and my 24 set of watercolors, which you can see on the screen here when the camera focuses. And I am also just using a student grade Mont Marte Watercolor journal. If you're into art related videos and art tutorials, I highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell notification button so that you are notified of all of my videos. I do lots of tutorials just like this one. I'm currently working on a watercolor series and other art related videos. I also do art challenges. So if that's something you were into, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button down below so that you are notified about all of my videos. So I'm just going to continue on here with the sunset, blending in the yellow and the orange with my brush. I am now just going to go in with a purplish, pinkish, reddish colour from the WInsor and Newton set, just to add a bit of pop of colour to the sunset, because usually sunsets have more than one or two colours, and this is the effect that I'm trying to get here with my colours. So again, I'm just going with another lightish, pinkish red colour, just to add a bit of a contrast. I'm now just going in with a cobalt blue colour, again for the WInsor and Newton set, which is right beside me. You can see that on the screen. And this is where the sky is going to start changing into light. So I'm starting off with the light blue, and then I'm going to work up to my darker blues, so it best represents the sunset. And you can see here I am now going in with a darker blue, just working my way up through the different hues of color range. So as we go up towards the top of the skies, it's just going to get darker, darker and darker. Later on in the painting, you will see how I add in a bit of a galaxy with some white paint, so there are some stars starting to appear in the sky as the sun begins to set. While we are working on our painting here, let me know down in the comments below what is your favourite watercolour palette and what are your favourite watercolours. So here you can see that I am just trying to blend in the darker colours of the sky, and we've added a bit of a purple there in the middle, and just really trying to blend that all in with my brush. Now we are just going to go in and start with our cactuses, and I am just going in with a black, just using some very basic shape. So a cactus is just made up of a small series of ovals. When you are trying to paint something specific like a cactus, it's important to try and think of what shapes make up that object. And I think if you think of it that way, you will have a much easier time of trying to paint whatever you're trying to paint or whatever you're trying to draw. So I'm actually going to paint more than one cactus in this painting. However, please keep in mind that it is your painting, so you don't have to do more than one cactus. You do not have to copy me 100%. I would prefer that you actually did not, as then you can create your own original art. So here I'm just trying to darken the black a little bit, and it came out a little bit too on the grey side, and that may have been because I made it a little bit too watery. Fortunately, with watercolors they can be forgiving and they dry very quickly. Then you could just go over them with whatever else that you want to. So now I'm just adding some greenery details, and I decided to just keep using the black because when the sun is setting, things tend to go a little bit on the darker side, and also for color contrast, the black will stick out more in the painting against all the bright colors. So now I'm just going to start painting with my white, and this is going to be used for a galaxy, so kind of a Milky Way effect, and I'm just doing a bit of a dabbing brush technique here, and this is just to give me an idea of where I want my splatters to go. So I've just grabbed my white watercolor crayon, and I literally just flick it with my wet brush to create those splattered stars, which you can see here on the painting. So I've decided that I wanted to add a bit of a contrast with the white, so I've just grabbed my black crayon here and I'm just using the same splatter technique that I used with the white crayon previously. And again, just going back in with my white crayon just to even out those black splatters that I just did before, just to try and make it look like the darkness is more in the background beginning to set rather than being in the foreground. So I decided that the cactus got a little bit too much white paint on it from the splatters, so I'm just going here with my black paint just to try and fix up those areas. So you can see here some of the black has overrun. That's just the nature of watercolors. I will actually go back in later on and fix that with some paper and a bit more of the red to go over the black where I don't want it to be black. So I actually decided that it needed a little more grass to add a little bit more visual interest on the painting. So right earlier I told you I was going to fix up those black parts. This is what I am doing now. Just going in with the red again over those black areas where I don't want it to be, where the watercolor has run. And as you just saw that, I used a bit of paper just to pick up the excess water. So I've just switched to a Aqua water brush because it has a finer tip, so I'm able to get into the finer details of the cactus, and the water shouldn't run as much because the nib is smaller. This is our final painting. We are finished. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do hit the subscribe button and the bell notification for all of my videos. Please do also check the description box below for all my links to my Instagram account to see more about art. Thank you, bye bye, and see you next time.